Is this all what the Muslims can do? Cheer? Ya akhi, this is not a football game.
Two nations at war. One is Jewish, the other Shia. Both are hostile to Muslims. So where should our loyalty lie? Today, we break down a powerful fatwa by Sheikh Asim Al-Hakeem and reflect on what Islam really teaches about such complex political issues.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Sheikh, so if you see the news recently, there's like two countries are fighting right now, and one of them is Shia and one of them is Jewish, and they both make many bad things to Muslims. So us as Muslims, are we allowed to cheer for one of them, or should we just remain neutral?
A Muslim from Indonesia asked a burning question to Sheikh Asim. With the current wars, where neither side is truly innocent, should we, as Muslims, support one side or remain neutral?
Is this all what the Muslims can do? Cheer? Ya akhi, this is not a football game. This is not something that we, go out in the streets with flags and supporting country X or country B or this or that. This is what we've always stated that is not permissible. That is the issue of demonstrations, where lots of chaos, lots of haram things take place.
Sheikh Asim reminds us that cheering for a side in war as if it's a sports event reflects a deep misunderstanding of Islamic values. Islam teaches us to assess conflicts through justice, ethics, and loyalty to our faith, not emotion or nationalism. Sheikh Asim goes further. He emphasizes that even if one side claims to be Muslim but holds deviant beliefs, they're still preferable to a clear enemy of Islam.
As Muslims, we side with anyone who claims to be Muslim, even if they're full of innovation, even if we believe in their hatred and enmity of Islam and the Muslims, yet still they're better than the other part, which is blatantly killing civilians, women, children, and the whole world is watching.
That might shock some, but it's a principle rooted in Islamic jurisprudence, loyalty to the Muslim Ummah. Even with their errors, misguided Muslims are still part of the same spiritual family. And in conflicts, that matters. Allah says in Surah Al-Hujurat, Surah 49, Ayah 10,
إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم واتقوا الله لعلكم ترحمون.
The believers are but brothers, so make settlement between your brothers, and fear Allah that you may receive mercy.
Unity in Islam is a principle, even when disagreements exist. The Sheikh also points out global hypocrisy.
And their ministers say that we would like to annihilate all the children, all the suckling babies, even the dogs and donkeys and animals they have. We would like to wipe them all off, annihilate them. Is this something plausible to them, the disbelievers who are united against Islam? It is. And if any Muslim would have said this, they would have labeled the whole region as a region of terror and a bloodthirsty, violent fanatics.
Here, Sheikh Asim calls out double standards. When non-Muslim leaders commit atrocities, the world stays silent. But if a Muslim speaks out emotionally, it becomes global headlines. This tells us we should never expect justice from unjust systems. Instead, Muslims must uphold truth with wisdom and dignity, even if the world turns a blind eye. Cheering from the sidelines isn't the answer. So what is the right Islamic response?
So we don't cheer. We judge things by what we see. And definitely to side with a corrupt Muslim with corrupt aqeedah against any non-Muslim is a priority in Islam, and Allah knows best.
Islamic ethics are not based on blind loyalty or political gain. It's about choosing the lesser evil when all options are imperfect. This doesn't mean supporting injustice, but recognizing where our spiritual loyalty lies. Scholars have long debated these scenarios. Imam Ibn Taymiyyah said, a Muslim's sin doesn't remove him from the fold of Islam. That's why strategic alliances in Islamic history were made with even problematic Muslim leaders, to prevent greater harm. So if we don't cheer, don't protest violently, and don't support injustice, what can we do? Make dua for oppressed Muslims. Raise awareness with integrity. Give charity to war victims. Avoid divisiveness online. Support Islamic scholars who stand for truth. Silence isn't neutrality. Choosing dignity, awareness, and sincere action is the Islamic way. In the end, as Sheikh Asim reminded us, this is not a football match. It's about faith, justice, and the unity of the Ummah. May Allah guide us to always stand on the side of truth. Subscribe to Muslim Etiquettes for more deep Islamic insights. Comment below, what do you think Muslims should do in global conflicts?